Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about CSS, Cascading Style Sheet. This is one of the very good things that will make your web pages to look consistent, elegant, and also with lot of features of formatting of text and background and colors can be easily applied by using this concept of cascading style sheet. First of all, you have to understand there are three types of methods of writing using the CSS. One is actually called inline CSS, the other one is called internal CSS, the third one is called external CSS. In this video, I am going to explain to you with example for each one of these how they differ and what is the method of using the different types of CSS. So there are three types of CSS available in HTML, or even CSS is a separate part. The first one you can see here, this program is an example for inline CSS. This program has been taken out from w3schools.com website. It doesn't matter because it's the same program which we can use everywhere because it's not having any copyright issue, I think. Now you can see here, this is HTML. We will start HTML and we will finish it with HTML. Body, and the body is closed. See what is inline? In the line, you are going to define the style. You see, you define a style for this H1. You are using H1. You know what is H1? You are going to use a text which is very big. So in the text style, you want to change the color as blue, and the text alignment you want to make it as center. And you want to give this is heading, and the H1 is closed. So now normally when I give H1, the font will be very big and it will be black in color, but now it is going to be blue in color because I apply the style of blue, and it will be automatically arranged to center because I have given the alignment as center. Similarly, I have paragraph. Normally when I write paragraph, this is a paragraph will be displayed and the font will be black in color, but now I change it as color red. The property I am changing is color, and the property which I am applying for this one is actually what? Red. So the red color will be applied to that web page. So I hope what is inline? In inline, in the body, in every element that you are going to use, you can change a style of the text or whatever the element you are using. You can apply a different style by changing the different properties like color, text align, like this. You can change any property that you want to change very easily. That's actually is called inline CSS. The next one is actually called internal CSS. In the internal CSS, you have to understand, we have to write the style. We have to define the style in the head section, and you will finish the style in the head section itself. So whatever you are going to define as a style in the style section under the head will be automatically applied in the body section when you are going to use those particular elements where the style is changed. Like for example, here I am changing the style of paragraph. I am only changing the style of paragraph. What are the two things I am changing in the style? I am changing the property of the color and the text alignment. The color I want it to be red, and the text alignment I want to be center. Normally, you know, by default, when I use paragraph, the default property is black. Color is black. But now I want to change the font as what? Red, and I want to change it as center. Now I close the style. Okay, I am changing only for one. You can see I open the tag, I open the curly braces, I close the curly braces, and I define the new property which I want to apply for paragraph. So when I use the paragraph here, the output of this hello world will be what? It will be red in color, and the paragraph will automatically close. I hope it's clear for you. The same happens here. The paragraphs also here will be red in color. I hope then the body is closed and the HTML is over. So the difference between inline and internal is what? In inline, in each of the line in the body section, you are going to define the style. Whereas in the case of the internal, you are going to define the style in the head section. Okay. Now let's talk about the other one. Please pay good attention for external CSS because it looks like complicated but not actually complicated. There are two files that you have to do in this one. The first file is an HTML file. It's an HTML file. In the HTML file, what you will do is what? In the HTML file, what you will do? You will actually try to first in the HTML file, you will try to do what? The HTML file you will try to first do what? You will type this HTML file. See, this is the file, HTML file, and this is the CSS file. This is the CSS file. In the HTML file, you will type everything normal, but what you will do is that you will actually link this file, which is a CSS file, in your HTML file. The rest of the things are normal. If you can see here, the rest of the things are normal. I will show you now here. If you can look at this one, this is what? Head, body, head H1 and paragraph, body and HTML. But why I am showing it in red? Because you see, I am linking the style sheet. The type is text or CSS. It's a standard format, standard syntax, and I give the file name mystyle.css. Now this is HTML file. Here what you do is that you open Notepad and you start typing the same code like this. Just type this code in the Notepad file, and when you save the file, you save the file as mystyle.css. Now what happens? This file defines a style for body and for H1 element. The background color is light blue, and for H1 the color is navy and margin is 20 pixels. Now what happens is that when you are going to use H1, automatically this color will become what? Navy in color, and margin will be left. How this happens? Because they are in two different files. This is another file where I typed in Notepad, and when I save it as what? mystyle.css. Do not use HTML. And then this is a normal HTML file which I created, and this file is done. Why this style which I define here is applied here? Because I make a link using href equal to what? mystyle.css. Can you see this one? The same file name is used here so that the link to the style is actually achieved. I hope it's clear. Similarly, the H1 will automatically change the color as navy, and this one. And also you can see here the body. When I am using body here, I am using body here, and I am closing the body. I did not write anything over the body, but what happens? The background color is actually what? Light blue. So when I use body, the web page background will become light blue in color, because mystyle.css is linked to this HTML file, and whatever the style is defined here, and if I am going to use any element which is defined as a style here, will be applied here. Please try these three programs to get a fair understanding of this CSS, because these three CSS gives a lot of flexibility for the end users to develop their web design in a very good way. Thank you for listening, and I hope you practice all the programs which has been given to you in this particular unit HTML. Thank you, and see you again.